Hey, what's going on? This is Mando Crusader, and welcome to another talking video. This time about the big new thing in Magic Arena, every time, I swear. Jumpstart Historic Horizons. So, if you didn't know, there's a big new thing coming to MTG Arena, specifically the historic format. And no, it's not the permanent banning of Brainstorm. You still can't get your wild cards. It's Jumpstart Historic Horizons. This is a massive deal. This is huge. Once this drops on August 12th, Historic is not going to be the same. It's going to be a completely different beast. So, what is it? In short, just to catch everyone up who doesn't know, basically they are adding a bunch of select cards from mainly Modern Horizons 1 and 2, but also just from other sets in general. We've got cards from Shadows of Innistrad. We've got cards from other sets that I can't remember at the moment. But definitely Shadows over Innistrad. And the basically Historic is getting a massive jump in power level. Now, I want to make a very quick disclaimer. As of the recording date of this video, all of the spoilers for Historic Horizons are not out yet. We're dealing with incomplete data right now. I was going to make this video after all of the spoilers were put out, so I can have a wider lens with which to view this expansion through, but this is just so exciting for me. I had to make a video before that. Because I wanted to talk about how I am, as thumbnail of this video will say, cautiously optimistic for this, that this will fix some of Historic's problems. So basically, what I want to talk about is something that I talked about a lot more in my previous video discussing the Brainstorm suspension. So, if you haven't watched that, I'll leave it in the link. I'll leave a link to it in the description, so you can get some context for what I'm about to say. Because I'm not gonna go over all that I said. And while you're at it, hey, why not watch the rest of my videos? There's some quality content I'm putting out. But yeah, basically in that video, I talked about how Brainstorm isn't really a problem with Arena. The problem is that over the course of Strixhaven and over the course of the Mystical Archives, the Historic meta was shifted massively in favor to the Is-It blue-red color combination and spell decks, because of all the really good cards that enable those colors and those strategies that were released in Strixhaven and the Mystical Archives, at the expense of basically all of the other colors and at the expense of creature decks. And the solution I put forward, instead of banning Brainstorm, was to bring the other decks up to the same power level as spell lists and Is-It. And from what we have of Historic Horizons, it is doing exactly that. And I am all about it. I really, truly feel that this may fix Historic. Now, if you're someone who is really looking forward to Pioneer, or didn't want like a massive jump in power to almost pseudo modern format levels of power, that you probably don't agree with that statement, and that's absolutely fine. I totally understand. I love playing low power myself sometimes, but I feel that the Mystical Archive, this is the only way to balance the Mystical Archives without just banning like all of the good Mystical Archives cards. And additionally, I feel like this is going to be a real shot in the arm for the meta as a whole, because we are going to be getting so many new decks, new archetypes that are going to be enabled and shot to the top of the meta with Historic Horizons. So I have some of the new spoilers around here on various tabs. And I just wanted to go over a couple of them to show some of the archetypes that are really going to be empowered by this. And you'll notice that a lot of them are creature archetypes. And creature lists in Historic really needed the support. They were being absolutely dominated by varying degrees of control. Pick your flavor, Dimir, Azorius, Jeskai, Grixis, and Is It Phoenix. And this set is really, I think, going to turn the tide and really give creature lists ways to fight back against the control menace, as it were. So, one thing I want to note right off the bat is this set is finally going to give us the last remaining pieces to make Tempered Steel an actual meta deck. Because we are getting Esper Sentinel, we're getting Thought Monitor, and we're getting Nettlecyst. And these cards are absolutely amazing in Tempered Steel. All artifacts, obviously. Thought Monitor, such a good card. Card draw. Nettlecyst, such a good card. Esper Sentinel, just an absolutely great card. Like, these are going to elevate Tempered Steel. It's going to shoot up the meta. And I think that's a great thing. I know ever since Tempered Steel has been put into Historic, in, I believe it was Historic Anthology 3? Maybe 2, but at latest it was Historic Anthology 3. And ever since it was put in, people have been trying to make it work. And every single infusion of cards we've gotten into Historic have gotten us a little bit closer to making Tempered Steel work. I know in Historic Anthology 5 with Court Homunculus and Vault Scourge, those are two really nice pieces for it. But now, I think, is the time, and Historic Horizons is going to bump that right up into the meta. Additionally, sacrifice lists are getting some really nice pieces in Return to the Ranks and Yawgmoth Thrawn Physician. Just absolutely great sacrifice cards. And we may be able to put up an Aristocrats deck now in Historic, with stuff like Blood Artist and Careless Celebrant. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to. Additionally, Zombie Tribal is a thing that we may be able to do now with stuff like Diregraph Colossus. And I'm all for that. I've always wanted to make Zombie Tribal work in Historic, but we never really had those last few pieces. But now we've got, like I said, Diregraph Colossus, we've got like Dark Salvation. Like, we may finally be at the point to make Zombie Tribal work in Historic. Additionally, I've passed over it a little bit, but now I'm going to mention it. Slivers slivers are in Historic. And I'm so excited for that. I'm to be just completely honest, I'm just so excited for all of this. I am so hyped that I think this, honestly, like I said, may fix Historic. But you'll notice that the thumbnail of this video, it doesn't say I'm super hyped about Historic Horizons. It says that I am cautiously optimistic about Historic Horizons. And I think and that's because of cards like this. Everyone and their dog knows about the controversy of the 31 digital only cards that are coming in this set. And while not all of them have been revealed, a few of them have, and let's just say a few of them are pretty Hearthstone-y. Very Hearthstone-y. They're very lol random. And I don't like it as much as the next person, right? That they are the sole reason why I am only cautiously optimistic about this set. I think it sets a very bad precedent. And I feel like we need to be careful about using these and where this will take us. I think the best case scenario for us, the players, and for the health of the meta is that these cards are either too underpowered or too random, that in a game that needs, in a format like Historic that needs consistency and needs quick plays, that these cards aren't going to be played. Wizards will think that no one has interest in them, and they won't print any more. That's, I feel, the best case scenario for these cards. Is that going to happen? Maybe in our dreams. You know, that's probably very unlikely to happen. What's most likely to happen is if people don't play the cards, they'll just make new digital-only cards that are more powerful. But I feel like maybe there's a chance that these cards won't affect our format, and these will be the only ones of their kind. If they aren't, this will probably be seen as the set that, I hate to be melodramatic, but the set that ruined Historic. If this set sets the precedent for more of these types of cards. But I don't know. I'm hoping that isn't the case. I'm hoping that these will just be in their quiet little janky corners of the meta, and that I don't have to deal with them. I know that as a matter of principle, I'm not playing with any of the 31 arena-only cards in any of my decks. But yeah, so that wraps up this video. There's no, like, big moral to take away from this. I'm just excited, but cautiously optimistic, like I've said, like, 5 times now. It's just a bit of stream of consciousness, my thoughts about all of this. I think this is going to really revitalize Historic. I think this is going to be, it's going to be a completely different format than what it is now. Like, it's, like, in my opinion, post-Mystical Archives Historic is dead. And I think that post-Historic Horizons Historic will be really cool, really fun, as long as the digital-only cards don't destroy it. Which is a big hope, but considering the cards that we have right now, I think they're either too underpowered or too lol random in a format that's as powerful and is with this set getting even more powerful as Historic, and a format that needs to be as consistent as Historic needs to be. Because, I mean, there's a reason that every deck spends at least 12 rare wild cards on the land base, right? Magic needs consistency. And I don't think those cards will be consistent enough to make a big impact in the meta. But who knows? Who knows where this will go? Who knows what's being spoiled next? I can't wait. I am absolutely stoked to see what's spoiled next. So yeah, that's about it. If you like my videos, subscribe, I guess. This isn't really a plug. Like, this is just stream of consciousness. I just wanted to get this out there, and I was just so excited. So, thanks for watching. Like the video. Comment your opinion. I want to hear your guys' opinions on this. I try to respond to every comment, so I really, really want to hear your guys' opinions on this. Am I completely wrong? Is this actually going to just kill Historic because it's too powerful? Just let me know. I want to hear your guys' opinions. So, yeah, that's about it. See you in the next video.